The galaxy was vast, stretching across countless star systems, each filled with worlds and civilizations of unimaginable variety. Among them, the Galactic Empire had claimed dominion over more space than any species had ever seen. Their fleets were massive, their technology unmatched, and their rule unquestioned, at least until humans began to rise. On Earth, the human homeworld, the morning sun rose over sprawling cities and vast oceans. But there was a tension in the air that no one could ignore. Reports from the Council of Space Affairs had confirmed what everyone already suspected. The Galactic Empire had taken notice of humanity, not in a polite way. Captain Leora Hayes stood on the observation deck of the orbital station above New York. Her uniform, crisp and dark, contrasted sharply with the blue and green of the planet below. The station had been humming with activity since the first communication arrived, and now it felt like the entire world was holding its breath. "Captain," said Lieutenant Ramesh, stepping forward, "the Empire's message has been verified. They aren't bluffing." Leora turned her eyes to the screen in front of her. A holographic display floated in the air, showing a star chart that highlighted human-controlled space and the massive fleet of the Empire advancing toward it. The message had been brief, cold, and threatening. "Cease all expansion beyond your home system or face total annihilation." It was not the first time humans had faced threats from powerful species. But this was different. The Galactic Empire was legendary for crushing civilizations before they could resist. They were merciless, precise, and relentless. Yet Leora felt no fear. Instead, a spark of determination lit inside her. She had seen what humans were capable of. She knew that humanity had something the Empire did not fully understand: ingenuity, creativity, and a spirit that refused to bow to fear. Down below, Earth's leaders were convening. President Elena Kwan, her expression calm yet firm, addressed her advisors. "We have faced crises before, from plagues to conflicts. This is larger than anything we've seen, but humans adapt, humans survive, and we will not surrender to fear." The room was quiet. Everyone understood the stakes. The Empire's fleet was larger, more technologically advanced, and had centuries of experience conquering star systems. But the humans listening to the message did not waver. They had built ships that could move faster than the Empire expected, drones that could act independently, and fleets that could think and respond like living creatures. In the council chamber, General Marcus Redding leaned forward. "We can't fight them head-on. Not yet, but we don't need to. We have one advantage they don't anticipate. Humans don't follow predictable patterns." Elena nodded. "Then we will use it. Prepare the fleet. We won't surrender, but we also won't start a war we can't win. Let them come. They'll learn soon enough that humans are not what they expect." Across the colonies, humanity's reach extended farther than the Empire knew. Mining stations on distant asteroids, research labs on Mars, and small settlements on moons orbiting gas giants had all been part of a quiet expansion. Humans had learned to adapt to harsh environments, build quickly, and work together even when separated by millions of kilometers. On Mars, Commander Aiko Tanaka watched the Martian horizon through a reinforced glass dome. She adjusted her headset and spoke to her team. "All stations report readiness. If the Empire arrives, we will not fall. We will show them what humans can do, even at the edge of space." Her words echoed through the colony. Engineers, pilots, and scientists alike nodded. They knew the Empire considered them minor, weak, and disorganized. That was a mistake the humans intended to exploit. In orbit above Earth, the first signs of the Empire's approach appeared. The massive ships glinted in the light of distant suns, each vessel bigger than any human ship had ever been. Their formation was tight, disciplined, and designed to intimidate. Messages crackled across communication channels, repeating the same demand: surrender or face destruction. Leora's hand rested on the console. She thought of her crew, all of them trained for situations like this, but never expecting to face an opponent of such magnitude. Yet she felt a surge of confidence. Humanity had survived worse. Humanity had fought back against impossible odds and won. "Captain," Ramesh said quietly, "the Empire fleet is within sensor range. They're enormous. Even with our ships, we can't match them." Leora smiled faintly. "No, we don't need to match them. We just need to be smarter, faster, and unpredictable. That's what makes humans dangerous. That's what makes us unstoppable when we fight together." The first of Earth's defensive ships began to move into position. Unlike the Empire, the humans did not form rigid lines. Their ships spread out in irregular patterns, changing positions constantly. Small drones darted between them, scanning and gathering intelligence. Humans had learned that flexibility, intelligence, and creativity could defeat brute force. Meanwhile, in the Empire's command ship, Admiral Valor observed the humans' movement. He had fought countless species across the galaxy and had never encountered such behavior. Ships were moving as if coordinated by a single mind, yet he knew no single officer could control them all. "Strange," Valor muttered to his aide. "They are unpredictable, adaptive. I've never seen anything like it. Prepare a strike squad. Let's see if we can intimidate them into submission." The aide nodded, but there was unease in his expression. The humans were showing a level of strategy and cohesion that even the Empire's intelligence had failed to predict. Back on Earth, Leora monitored communications. Small ships darted between larger vessels, collecting data and preparing for any possible move by the Empire. She felt a sense of pride swell inside her. These were her people. Humans who, even in the face of overwhelming power, refused to bow. As night fell across the planet, Earth's leaders made a crucial decision. They would not attack unless provoked, but they would prepare a clear and unmistakable message for the Empire. Humanity would not surrender. Humanity would not beg for mercy. Humanity would show the galaxy that strength was not only measured by size or numbers, but by courage, intelligence, and determination. In distant orbit around the moon, young pilot Javier Cruz tested his fighter against simulation programs. His hands moved with precision, his mind calculating possibilities faster than any machine. Humans had learned to combine instinct with technology, and it made them formidable. He imagined the Empire ships above and smiled. "Let them come," he whispered. "They don't know who they're facing." Across the colonies, similar scenes played out. Scientists fine-tuned AI systems, engineers reinforced hulls, and crews trained tirelessly. Every human in space knew the stakes. Every human believed in their ability to rise above. And while the Empire's fleet moved closer, confident in its ability to crush humans, the leaders of humanity prepared not for defeat, but for a response that no one in the galaxy would forget. As dawn broke over Earth, the Empire's first ships entered the outer colonies. They scanned the regions, expecting resistance, expecting surrender. Instead, they found nothing but empty space, silent stations, and human ships moving with uncanny precision. Every sensor sweep revealed movement that was clever, adaptive, and unlike anything the Empire had ever encountered. Admiral Valor's frustration grew. "What is this?" he demanded. "Where are their defenses? Why do their ships move like living mines?" Leora, standing on the observation deck of the orbital station, watched the Empire fleet. She knew the next days would test humans in ways no one could imagine. But she also knew that humanity was ready. The warning had been given. The choice had been made. Humanity would not bow, not now, not ever. And somewhere in the vastness of space, The first faint signal of Earth's response began to form, a message that would reach the Empire not with words alone, but with proof of human strength, ingenuity, and determination. The galaxy was about to learn a lesson it would never forget. Humans were not merely survivors. Humans were a force that changed everything. The Empire fleet had arrived. Massive starships, bristling with weapons and sensors, filled the dark void near the outer colonies. Each vessel was larger than any human ship, its hull glowing with energy shields and battle lights. To most civilizations, the Empire's arrival would have meant certain defeat, but not to humans. Captain Leora Hayes stood on the bridge of the Earth Command Station. Her eyes scanned the holographic display of the approaching fleet. "This is it," she said quietly. "The moment they believed they could intimidate us." Lieutenant Ramesh tightened his grip on the console. "Captain, they have nearly 20 capital ships, hundreds of support vessels. We are outnumbered by thousands." Leora smiled faintly. "Numbers are only part of the story. Humans do not fight like the Empire. We adapt, we improvise, and we never give up. Get the fleet ready. It's time to show them what humans can do." Across the colonies, human crews readied their ships. Drones zipped through hangars performing last-minute checks. Engineers ran diagnostics, pilots ran simulations, and soldiers prepared for boarding actions. Even small remote colonies activated defense grids, creating a network that could respond to the Empire's moves before the fleet even arrived. In space, the Empire fleet began its approach toward the human colonies. Admiral Vaylor had grown frustrated in the days since their arrival. "They move unpredictably," he said to his aides. "Every sensor sweep shows ships in positions they shouldn't be. How can a species be so clever?" The aide hesitated. "Admiral, we can deploy strike teams. We can attack their smaller ships first. It should force them to surrender." Vaylor shook his head. "No. Humans do not surrender. If we attack directly, they will only fight harder. I want to see how far they will go. Show me their limits." The humans, however, had no intention of waiting to be crushed. Their strategy was clear: engage, but not with brute force. Outnumbered and outgunned, they relied on speed, unpredictability, and ingenuity. The first encounter began near the outer colonies. Empire scouts moved in tight formations, expecting to find unarmed stations or small fleets that would surrender. Instead, they found drones zipping around stations, scanning, analyzing, and disrupting communications. The drones did not destroy, they disabled systems temporarily, proving to the Empire that humans were precise, careful, and clever. From the observation deck of the Earth Command Station, Leora watched the actions unfold. "Notice the Empire's formation," she said. "They expect panic. They expect chaos. Humans don't panic. We observe, adapt, and act. That's our advantage." Lieutenant Ramesh nodded. "They won't see this coming. Our drones can disable multiple vessels at once without firing a single lethal shot." "That's the point," Leora replied. "They will learn that strength is not only in numbers or weapons. It is in thinking, adapting, and acting together." The Empire's strike teams launched small attack crafts toward the human ships. They expected to overwhelm the smaller fleet. What they did not expect was the humans' response. Javier Cruz, the young pilot from the lunar training station, led a squadron of fighters. They darted in and out of sensor range, avoiding detection until the last moment. With a combination of drones, electronic jamming, and precise maneuvers, the humans disabled the engines of several Empire scouts without firing a single shot at their crews. "Target systems neutralized," Javier reported. "No casualties. They won't be ready for a long time." The Empire officers stared at the reports, stunned. How did they do that?" one whispered. "No species has ever done this to us." Admiral Vaylor slammed his fist on the console. They are not just fighting. They are showing us their mind. Humans are more dangerous than I believed." Meanwhile, Earth's colonies moved in coordination. Even small outposts contributed to the strategy. Mining stations on distant asteroids activated defensive turrets and sensors, creating false signals that confused the Empire fleet. Human ships moved in patterns that were impossible to predict, constantly changing positions and adapting to every maneuver the Empire attempted. Commander Aiko Tanaka on Mars oversaw a small squadron of ships. "Keep them distracted," she said. "Do not engage directly unless necessary. Let them waste their firepower and energy. Our goal is to survive, observe, and demonstrate capability." Every move counts. Her crews executed flawlessly. Using speed, drones, and adaptive tactics, they avoided direct confrontation while causing frustration and confusion in the Empire fleet. Each human action was precise and effective, showing intelligence and courage. On board the Empire's command ship, Valor could no longer hide his frustration. "This is unacceptable," he shouted. "They are attacking without attacking. Every move they make counters ours before we even act. How is this possible?" The aide hesitated. "Sir, perhaps they are using some advanced AI coordination?" Valor's eyes narrowed. "No. This is more than AI. This is thinking. This is strategy, improvisation, creativity. Humans. They are learning faster than we anticipated." Leora's fleet continued its maneuvers. Using a combination of fast strike ships and drones, the humans disabled several larger Empire vessels' weapon systems temporarily. Each move was calculated, precise, and non-lethal, showing both humanity's skill and ethics. "Observe the enemy," Leora instructed her officers. "Do not attack unless necessary. Make them see that humans are not a species to control. Every action we take sends a message. We are clever, we are united, and we will not bow." Across the network of human fleets, this message was carried out flawlessly. Humans were not just fighting, they were teaching a lesson. Then came the boldest move. A small group of human ships, led by Captain Leora herself, approached the largest Empire cruiser. Their ships were tiny compared to the massive vessel, but they moved with precision, using drones to disable shields and communications. Inside the cruiser, Empire officers panicked. "What are they doing?" one shouted. "They should be destroyed by now." Valor's voice boomed over the comms. "Stand down! Do not destroy them! Observe! Learn!" The humans did not attack the crew. They only demonstrated control over the vessel's systems, showing skill, intelligence, and restraint. Then, a clear transmission was sent to all nearby Empire ships. "We are humans. We do not bow. We do not fear. We will defend our freedom, and we will teach those who underestimate us. We are clever. We are united. We are unstoppable." Across the galaxy, other species intercepted the broadcast. Many were amazed. Many were inspired. Humans had not fired a single lethal shot, yet they had shown power, strategy, and courage that even the Empire could not ignore. Admiral Valor could hardly believe what he was seeing. His fleet, the greatest in the galaxy, had been outmaneuvered not by firepower, but by creativity, intelligence, and will. "They are extraordinary," he muttered. "This is no longer a simple species. This is a force." Back on Earth, Leora looked at the holographic displays. Every report from the colonies and fleet showed the same thing. Humans had surprised the galaxy. The Empire had expected panic. Humans had delivered courage. The Empire had expected surrender. Humans had delivered strategy. Lieutenant Ramesh smiled. "Captain, they are talking about us. Other species are noticing." Leora nodded. "Good. Let them see. Humans are not just survivors. Humans are leaders. And the galaxy is about to understand that." The human fleet slowly withdrew to safer positions, continuing to demonstrate its intelligence and flexibility. Every move was calculated to show the Empire that humans were not weak. Every maneuver was a message. Humanity would survive, adapt, and prevail if challenged. In the colonies, civilians watched the stars with awe. They had feared the Empire's arrival, but now they saw hope. Humanity had not only survived the first encounter, it had changed the tone of the conflict. Humans had demonstrated that strength was more than size or numbers. Strength was courage, intelligence, and unity. Javier Cruz looked out from his fighter cockpit, watching the massive Empire ships fade into the distance. "We did it," he said softly. "They know now. We are not to be underestimated." Commander Aiko Tanaka on Mars nodded in agreement. "This is only the beginning. But they have learned something important. Humans fight differently. Humans think differently. And humans never give up." Back on the Empire command ship, Valor sank into his chair. For the first time in his career, he realized that the humans were not just clever. They were dangerous in ways the Empire had never considered. "They are not just survivors," he said quietly. "They are a message. And that message, delivered not with destruction but with ingenuity, courage, and unity, spread across the galaxy. Every civilization that watched began to understand one undeniable truth. Humans were unlike any species they had known. Humans were unpredictable, creative, and unstoppable when united. Captain Leora Hayes knew the next phase was coming. The Empire would not give up easily, but humanity had sent the first message. They had shown courage, strategy, and ingenuity. They had shown that humans were not to be underestimated. And in the cold darkness of space, the first true battle of wits and will had begun. The Empire had given a warning. Humanity had responded, not with fear, but with a demonstration of everything that made humans special. The galaxy was watching, and humanity was ready. The galaxy was still reeling from the first encounter. The Empire fleet had arrived expecting fear, surrender, and obedience. Instead, they had found humans moving with intelligence, courage, and unpredictability that no one had ever witnessed. For the first time, the Empire's leaders began to doubt their assumptions. Captain Leora Hayes stood on the bridge of the Earth Command Station, watching the Empire fleet in the distance. The first engagement had shown the Empire that humans were clever and adaptive, but Leora knew that was only the beginning. Humanity needed to make a statement, a message that no species could ignore. "Lieutenant Ramesh," Leora said, her voice steady, "it's time to show them exactly who we are. Prepare the fleet for coordinated operations. We are going to demonstrate human ingenuity on a scale the galaxy has never seen." Ramesh's eyes widened. "You mean, show them everything? All our tactics? All our technology?" Leora nodded. "Yes. Not to destroy them, but to send a message. Humans are not a species to control. We are creative, resourceful, and united. We survive, we adapt, and we thrive. Let them understand that before it's too late." The fleet spread out across human-controlled space. Hundreds of small and medium-sized ships moved like a living organism, each unit responding to sensors, drones, and intelligence from other ships. The Empire fleet watched in confusion as humans executed maneuvers that seemed impossible. Ships disappeared from sensor grids, only to appear in positions that allowed them to disable key systems on Empire vessels without harming their crews. On Mars, Commander Aiko Tanaka coordinated a fleet squadron. "Deploy drones to the forward scouts," she ordered. "Use the electromagnetic pulses to disable their weapons and shields. Keep them functional, but show our precision. Make them understand that humans can control technology better than anyone." The drones darted forward like flashes of light, striking the massive Empire cruisers. Shields flickered, engines slowed, and weapon systems temporarily went offline. The Empire officers scrambled to react, realizing too late that their ships were being manipulated with incredible skill. In the Empire command ship, Admiral Valor's frustration had turned into concern. "They are not attacking to destroy," he said. "They are attacking to demonstrate control. Their actions are deliberate, precise, and calculated. This is not just warfare. It is a message." His aide nodded, fear in his eyes. "Sir, we may have underestimated them. Their coordination is beyond normal strategy. It is adaptive. It is intelligent. It is human." Valor's jaw tightened. "We cannot allow ourselves to be surprised further, but we must observe, study them, learn before it is too late." Back on Earth, Leora prepared a larger demonstration. She called the senior officers to the briefing room. "We will approach the largest Empire cruiser," she said. "This ship is a symbol of their power. We will not destroy it. Instead, we will disable its systems temporarily and send a clear transmission to the galaxy. Our message is simple. Humans are not to be underestimated. Humans will not bow. Humans will rise." Lieutenant Ramesh studied the display. "It will be risky, Captain. Their defenses are massive. One mistake, and we could lose the entire squadron." Leora's gaze was unwavering. "Humans do not fear risk. We calculate it, we adapt, and we execute. Our success depends not on size or power, but on ingenuity, courage, and unity. Let's move." The operation began. A small fleet, led by Leora herself, advanced toward the Empire's flagship. The ship dwarfed every human vessel, its armor thick, its weapons capable of destroying dozens of human ships in minutes. But the humans were not ordinary. They were adaptable, fast, and clever. Javier Cruz led a squadron of fighters, moving in unpredictable patterns. Drones flew alongside, scanning and interfering with the cruiser's sensors. Electronic pulses disabled shields on targeted sections, while human pilots exploited the gaps to approach and withdraw without taking damage. "Systems disabled in Sector 3, Javier reported. "We have access, but no casualties. They won't see us coming for the next maneuver." The Empire officers were in chaos. Alarms blared as systems flickered, shields weakened, and communications scrambled. "Impossible!" shouted one officer. "How can such a small fleet manipulate our ship so precisely?" Valor could only watch, a mixture of frustration and awe in his expression. Humans were not only surviving, they were dominating with intelligence, restraint, and creativity. Leora's fleet reached the optimal distance. From the largest cruiser, a clear transmission was broadcast to all nearby Empire ships. The transmission was simple, calm, and powerful. "We are humans. We do not bow. We do not fear. We will defend our freedom and we will protect all who stand with us. We are not merely survivors. We are creators, thinkers, and leaders. Respect our ingenuity. Do not underestimate us. The galaxy is changing, and humanity will rise." The message echoed through space, reaching not only the Empire but other civilizations as well. Across distant systems, neutral species listened, amazed. The humans had not threatened destruction. They had not attacked civilians. They had sent a message of capability, courage, and intellect. The Empire fleet faltered. Valor's face was pale. They are not just fighting. They are teaching us a lesson. Humans are not what we believed. They are extraordinary. Meanwhile, across the human colonies, civilians and military personnel alike watched the demonstration with awe. Families gathered around communications consoles, seeing images of the human fleet's maneuvers, drones disabling massive cruisers, and pilots executing impossible patterns. "This is incredible," said a scientist on Titan. "They are showing power without violence. They are showing that humans can change the galaxy not with destruction, but with intelligence and courage." Commander Aiko Tanaka on Mars smiled. "Exactly. Humans fight differently. Humans think differently. And humans never give up." Back on Earth, Leora reviewed reports from the fleet. Every human action had been successful. The Empire had been stunned into inaction. Humans had sent a message not just of survival, but of capability, morality, and unity. Lieutenant Ramesh approached her. "Captain, the Empire fleet is withdrawing slightly. They are studying our moves. They are scared." Leora shook her head. "Not scared. Respectful. They have learned that humans are not predictable, not weak, not disposable. They are realizing humans are different. And difference is dangerous to those who underestimate it." The next step was coordination across all colonies. Every human ship, station, and drone operated as part of a single network. Signals relayed intelligence, tactics, and observations in real time. The Empire fleet could not predict the humans' next move. Every attempt to strike was countered with clever maneuvers, temporary disablements, and flawless retreats. Javier Cruz piloted his fighter through an asteroid belt, weaving between massive rocks while evading detection. Using a combination of drones and EMP pulses, he temporarily disabled the engines of a cruiser chasing him. Then, without firing a shot, he led the cruiser into a safe trap where drones controlled the systems long enough to demonstrate human control. "This is amazing," Javier whispered. "We're not just fighting, we're teaching them what humans can do." In the Empire command ship, Admiral Valor realized the full scope of the human operation. "They are not merely engaging in battle," he said quietly. "They are sending a message to the entire galaxy. Every move is deliberate, intelligent, and restrained. Humans are remarkable. We cannot ignore them." His aide nodded. "Sir, they have changed everything. Their actions, their strategy. It's not only effective, it's inspiring." Valor did not answer. He knew the humans were something more than he had ever faced, something that could not be crushed by numbers, weapons, or fear. Humans had a force beyond power, intelligence, courage, and unity. Across the colonies, people cheered silently as reports came in. Humans had achieved what no one expected. They had demonstrated capability without destruction. They had sent a message that reached the Empire and every observing species. Humans were clever, adaptable, and unstoppable when united. On Earth, President Elena Kwan received the full reports. She smiled. "They have not only survived, they have inspired the galaxy. Humans are proving what we always believed. Ingenuity, courage, and unity define strength, not size or weapons." Leora Hayes watched the stars, knowing the Empire would need time to understand what they had seen. "We've shown them," she said softly. "Humans are not to be underestimated. Humans are special, and the galaxy is about to realize it." The human fleet began a careful withdrawal, maintaining communication and surveillance across all human-controlled space. The Empire had been humbled without a single human casualty. The message had been delivered. Humanity was clever, united, and unstoppable. And the galaxy listened. Species across systems began to whisper about the humans who fought without destroying, who disabled without killing, who taught without preaching. Humanity's reputation grew with every transmission, every maneuver, and every demonstration of intelligence. Javier Cruz looked at the stars. His heart filled with pride. "We did it," he said. "We've changed the galaxy's view of humans. They will never underestimate us again." Commander Aiko Tanaka nodded. "This is only the beginning, but they know now. Humans are unpredictable, resourceful, and courageous, and they will remember it forever." Captain Leora Hayes returned to the bridge of the Earth Command Station. The stars stretched endlessly before her. The Empire fleet lingered at the edges of human space, observing, recalculating, reconsidering. Humanity had sent its message. Not a threat, but a declaration of strength. The galaxy had seen it. The humans had proven their intelligence, courage, and unity. And the message was clear: underestimate humans at your own peril. The Empire had given a warning. Humanity had delivered a message that changed everything. The galaxy had never witnessed anything like it. The first warning from the Galactic Empire had been intended to intimidate humans. Instead, it had awakened a force the galaxy had underestimated. Humanity had responded not with fear or surrender, but with strategy, intelligence, and unity. The Empire had been stunned. Captain Leora Hayes stood on the bridge of the Earth Command Station, observing the Empire fleet lingering near human-controlled space. They had retreated slightly, regrouping, scanning, and trying to understand what had happened. Humanity's first encounter had sent a clear message. Humans were not a species to underestimate. "Admiral," said Lieutenant Ramesh, his voice tense but confident, "the Empire has paused their advance. They are recalculating. They have seen our capabilities." Leora nodded. "Good. Let them watch. Let them learn. Humans are not just fighters. We are thinkers, strategists, and innovators. This is our moment to solidify our position in the galaxy." Across human colonies, celebrations were quiet but meaningful. Families, engineers, pilots, and scientists alike understood the significance. They had faced the most powerful force in the galaxy and survived. Not only that, they had shown intelligence and creativity that the Empire could not ignore. On Mars, Commander Aiko Tanaka surveyed her fleet. "This is only the beginning," she said to her officers. "We have proven our ability to fight. Now we must ensure that humanity's place in the galaxy is secure. Let us prepare for the next phase: alliance, diplomacy, and demonstration of continued strength." Her words reflected the human philosophy. Strength was not just in weapons or numbers, but in the ability to think, adapt, and work together. Humanity had proven that courage and intelligence could change the course of history. The Empire fleet remained near the edge of human space. Admiral Valor studied reports with growing unease. Every sensor sweep, every maneuver, every communication from the humans had been precise, deliberate, and effective. His fleet had not been defeated in a traditional sense, yet he felt the weight of their message. "They are extraordinary," Valor muttered. "They do not fight like any species we have faced. They are unpredictable, adaptive, and united. They have shown restraint, yet their skill is unmatched. The galaxy will never see them the same way again." His aides exchanged uneasy glances. The humans had not attacked lethally, yet they had dominated the situation. Their demonstration had been so effective that other species had begun to notice. Whispers spread across the galaxy. Humans were not minor, not weak, and not to be underestimated. Meanwhile, Earth's leaders prepared to send envoys and proposals for dialogue to the Empire. President Elena Kwan knew that humans had to solidify the gains of the encounter. "We have proven our strength," she said to her advisors. "Now, we must show our wisdom. Strength without guidance invites chaos. Let us reach out with confidence, not arrogance. Let the Empire know that humanity seeks coexistence, but will defend itself if challenged." Captain Leora Hayes coordinated the fleet for one final demonstration. Hundreds of human ships moved in intricate formations across space, each maneuver precise, showcasing coordination, technology, and intelligence. The Empire observed silently, realizing that humans could outthink, outmaneuver, and outlast any force that relied solely on numbers or firepower. From the Empire's command ship, Valor could barely comprehend what he was seeing. "They are teaching a lesson," he said quietly. "Not just to us, but to the entire galaxy. They have changed the rules." Javier Cruz and his fighter squadron executed daring maneuvers around the Empire fleet. Using advanced drones and electronic interference, they disabled weapon systems and sensors temporarily on key ships. Yet not a single life was harmed. Every move was calculated to demonstrate skill and restraint. "This is incredible," Javier said to his squadron. "We are showing them human capability without killing anyone. They will remember this forever." On Mars, Aiko Tanaka smiled. Exactly. That is what makes humans remarkable. We fight smart. We fight with integrity. We inspire, not just destroy. The galaxy will see that strength comes from courage, unity, and intelligence. The Empire's Council convened in secret. The message from humans had reached their ears, and debate raged. Some called for retaliation, claiming the humans were too unpredictable and dangerous. Others argued that humanity had demonstrated not only skill, but a moral code and intelligence that could be respected. Vaylor spoke before the council. This is no ordinary species. They adapt. They learn. They cooperate in ways we cannot predict. They are courageous and intelligent, yet they show restraint. We have seen their potential. We have seen their message. They are not just survivors. They are leaders in the making. For the first time in centuries, the Council did not reach a simple decision. The humans had forced them to reconsider. Humanity had proven that size and firepower were not the ultimate measures of strength. Across human space, civilians and military alike continued to observe the Empire fleet. Humanity's actions had sent a clear message. We are clever, united, and unstoppable when we work together. The galaxy had taken note. The whispers grew louder. Humans were no longer a minor species. Humans had become a force of intellect, courage, and ingenuity. Captain Leora Hayes addressed her fleet. We have sent our message, she said. The Empire has seen it, the galaxy has seen it, but our work is not over. We will continue to demonstrate our capabilities, our unity, and our intelligence. Humanity has the potential to lead, inspire, and protect. Let us ensure that this message is heard across every star system. Lieutenant Ramesh nodded. Captain, do you think they will listen? They have no choice, Leora replied. Humans do not ask for respect. Humans earn it. And the galaxy has witnessed what we can achieve when we act as one. Over the next weeks, humanity solidified its presence in the outer colonies. Fleets moved with precision, communication networks coordinated all human activities, and technology was shared among stations to ensure safety and efficiency. Diplomats prepared to contact other civilizations, demonstrating that humans could lead not only with strength, but with wisdom and fairness. On Earth, President Elena Kwan reflected on the lessons learned. We have shown courage. We have shown ingenuity. We have shown restraint. This is humanity's moment. But we must act with wisdom. Strength without guidance invites conflict. Let us extend our hand while standing firmly as equals. The galaxy must see that humans are powerful, intelligent, and honorable. The Empire fleet finally began to withdraw, retreating to reconsider its strategy. Vaylor observed the human fleet, unable to hide his respect. They have changed everything, he admitted. They are not just a species to conquer. They are a force that reshapes the galaxy. We cannot destroy them. We cannot predict them. We can only respect them. The Council, too, understood the truth. Humans had delivered a message that could not be ignored. Underestimate them at your own risk. The galaxy was no longer theirs alone. Humanity had arrived. In the colonies, civilians watched the human fleets move across space. Families smiled as they saw young pilots performing incredible maneuvers, engineers coordinating drones, and soldiers executing precise strategies. Humanity had shown the galaxy that strength was not measured in size or firepower alone. Courage, intelligence, and unity defined true power. Javier Cruz looked at the stars from his fighter cockpit. We've done it, he said softly. They know now. Humanity is more than just a species. We are creators, thinkers, and leaders. The galaxy cannot ignore us. Commander Aiko Tanaka nodded in agreement. And we never will. Humanity fights smart, acts with integrity, and inspires others. This is only the beginning. The galaxy has seen what we can do, and they will remember it forever. Back on Earth, Captain Leora Hayes stood on the observation deck of the command station, staring into the vastness of space. The Empire fleet had withdrawn, but their lessons lingered. Humanity had not only survived, they had changed the perception of what humans could achieve. Lieutenant Ramesh joined her. "Captain, do you think this will last? That the Empire will truly respect us?" Leora smiled. "Respect is earned, not given. We have shown them what humans are capable of. That is only the beginning. The galaxy has seen the message. It is clear. Underestimate humans at your own risk, and humanity will rise no matter the challenge." The final transmissions from the human fleet broadcast across the galaxy. They were not threats nor demands. They were a declaration. Humans are clever, adaptable, and united. They will survive, they will thrive, and they will shape the galaxy with courage, intelligence, and integrity. The Empire, humbled and thoughtful, began to rethink its approach. Other civilizations took notice. Alliances formed, not through fear, but through recognition of human ingenuity and determination. Humanity had changed the balance of power without firing a single lethal strike. Across the stars, the galaxy whispered one truth. Humans were not to be underestimated. Humans were special. Humans were unstoppable. And as Captain Leora Hayes looked at the endless expanse of space, she knew one thing with certainty. The galaxy would never forget the message humanity had delivered. The Empire had given a warning. Humanity had responded, and everything had changed.